Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. Alright, we have a really fun episode. Today we're going to be reviewing Spider Man 2099, Exodus number 4. And as you guys know, it's my favorite character, Miguel O'Hara, the wall crawling Spider Man of the future. Alright, guys, now before we get completely dived into Spider Man 2099, Exodus number 4, I do want to let you guys know really fast about our 400 subscriber giveaway. When we hit 400 subscribers, we'll be giving this book away. It's the Symbiote Spider Man number 1, Symbio's variant cover with Venom there eating Spider Man cereal. It's pretty silly. But it's fun stuff. Hey, and all you have to do to enter to win is like the video, comment down below, and that'll enter you to win. And when we hit 400 subscribers, we'll be randomly drawing one of the videos where I promoted this contest and running the YouTube generator app on it. And then, yep, so somebody's gonna win. Just like, comment, and subscribe on all the videos that I've promoted the contest, and that'll give you the best chance. All right, let's get dived into Spider Man 2099 Exodus number 4. Now, as always, there's a couple things we got to go over before we get completely dived into the issue. First off, I do want to let you guys know we're going to go heavy into spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled for Spider Man 2099 Exodus number 4, that's your warning. The next thing is we always have to shout out the creative team, because without the creative team, we wouldn't have a comic book, right, guys? All right, so the writer on this issue is Steve Orlando. The artist is Alessandro, I apologize, Miracolo. The colorist is Jesus Abertov. The letters are done by VC's Joe Caramagna. And the cover artist here is Ryan Stegman, JP Mayer, and Marty Gracia. And it's a super cool cover. And it does have a foreword, and we'll go ahead and start right there. That says, after a massive celestial body crashes into the wastelands outside of Nueva York, a new Garden of Eden erupts from the crash site, offering unimaginable power. Miguel O'Hara, the Spider Man of 2099, now knows that Norman Osborn, the first Green Goblin, is behind the oppressive, black card wielding upper class group, the Cabal, who want the Celestials' garden power for themselves. But Spider Man won't cede the garden without a fight. He's got a plan to cut off the Cabal from their wealth and power. To do that, he needs a certain technopathic mutant. And to find him, he's calling in the help of a different kind of spider. As we see Miguel O'Hara in the sewers approaching Black Widow, and she says, "What do you need, Spider Man?" And he says, "A technopath inherited Latveria from Doom after he disappeared and returned it to its people. Someone who doesn't want wealth, who can burn the Cabal's black cards and not be tempted to use them. He's way off the grid. But that's where you live, right? The last of the old school, Black Widow." And so she's like, "All right." Basically, she can find anybody. That's kind of one of her not superpowers, but that's one of her specialties. And I gotta show this art. I love this panel right here. Um, check out the colors on that. I love this colorist and artist combo. Honestly, not to tip my hat towards the end of the show, but yeah, that's guys. And and so Miguel's saying, "Do they even sell Kevlar rope anymore?" She says, "A grapple line is all we used to need." And so we do kind of note in that picture as well that she can kind of swing around the city using this grapple line and just like she's pretty acrobatic and ninja like. And so they show up where and he actually has already appeared in a prior miniseries. This mutant that's inherited in excuse me, the mutant that's inherited Latveria, and so they're going to find him, and just to trying to catch his name again. It's I don't know if it's like Doom's son, but he's afraid of Hawkeye. So like Hawkeye's chasing him, and Spider-Man says, "I can stop a lot more than one orbiting hermit, but not without you." And he says, "Why help me?" And Miguel says, "Latveria, you inherited a nation and gave it back. You're not tempted by power or intimidated by it. You face down doom. Why run from Hawkeye?" And he says, "I hear data like voices echoing on the wind. So when Doom gave me Latveria, his secrets came with it. His secret wars, crises he averted, without us ever knowing. Like the Hell Rock, the old Mute Rod prison, Doom flooded it with adamantium, shot it into space. There were three objectives." You see, like he's talking about the original Doom 2099 run from back in the 90s, guys. So it's kind of cool. It's like a callback here, and so this new character Nostromo. There's his name. This new guy that is in charge of Latveria, Nostromo. He's worried that Hawkeye's chasing him, so Black Widow and Spider Man are like that. We'll take out Hawkeye, and so Hawkeye, he actually has this spaceship called the Hawk's Nest, and he's up there. He's basically honing in on Spider-Man. He's gonna shoot Spider-Man because he can see with all his sensors, and telemetry data, and he never misses. Right, that he that Spider-Man's gonna move to here, and so he's gonna be able to shoot him. Right, and he's got all kinds of computers that help him do this. However, he doesn't realize that as he's counting down like the seconds towards shooting Spider-Man, his program kind of like gets haywired, and he's like, what happened? And he turns around to see this really cool panel here. I wanted to show this one as well, with the Black Widow, and she says, "The Black Widow anyone can find," and or the Black Widow can find anyone, right? And so they end up having a battle here, and it doesn't. There's no victor determined, but they have a battle for several pages. I wanted to show this one as well, right here. Another really cool splash panel on that side of the fight, with like Hawkeye kind of yelling. I really, yeah. I'll say more at the end on my review part, but so those two are fighting and jawing at each other and the whole nine, and they continue this fight. Like it's this is probably gonna be a shorter review because they're there's not the talking isn't covering too much. They're just they're jabbering at each other. The important bits are that as Hawkeye and Black Widow are fighting each other, um, it's kind of revealed a little bit that Black Widow holds some sort of grudge against Hawkeye, and so that'll be revealed here in a moment. I don't want to spoil it, but that's all they give you right there. Is just she seems to be holding a grudge, and you're like she knows who he is. And I wanted to show this one as well because the color, man. Shout out to this team. So here we get a panel with Spider-Man swooping in to save Nostromo from some guns that Hawkeye had trained on him, and so then his computer says miss, and Hawkeye's like, "No shocking way," and at the same time he's kind of distracted by the fact that he actually missed, and Black Widow grabs him with her super long whip that I was talking about that she can swing through the city with, and she goes, "There goes your streak, Hawkeye." Like she grabs him around the neck, swings him around, and slams him on the wall, and she says, "The first of many things you lose tonight." And he's like kind of choking, and he's like, "And one, and shocking one. What else is there to lose, and for what? Some kid who talks to machines?" And Black Widow says, "No, not for him." And so she reveals her face to him, guys. And he goes, "No, your face. It can't be. you can't be alive. There's no way it's. And you get this panel of him getting sucked out of the airlock. She opens the air. She hits the button and opens the airlock on him. He gets sucked out the airlock, and she like, oops, it's okay. She like lets go her whip, right, and he dies. Like, Hawkeye 2099 is dead. There's no Hawkeye 2099 spec. He is down for the count. And here's where I probably, you might have seen it on the thumbnail. Um, Guys, I'm gonna show this too really carefully, because if you noticed, I've been handling this book super carefully this whole time, and I'm kind of skipping through it fast because I don't want to handle it a lot. Because check out what it says right there, guys. Do you see this? Do you see that? Yeah. She said, and she, this full appearance, she's been in the whole book since the beginning. She goes, for shot 52, for my sister, for Natasha. And they've been saying this whole time this is the first appearance of Black Widow 2099. So she's related to the second Black Widow. There's no reveals. There's no reveals beyond that. That's all they drop on you, is that she's actually like I don't know. Another sister of Natasha's, or more my thought is that one of the second Black Widow, it's her sister, which I don't think she's ever been in comics, and so that's why I'm being careful with the book. I don't know. That's crazy though. They don't even give her name in this book, but she finishes him off, and then we get Spider-Man and Nostromo talking, and he goes, "Is that it? Won't there be some kind of signal?" And Spider-Man says, "Not sure she's the type. Hawkeye missed. We're alive. That's the Black Widow's signal." And then, so Black Widow takes off basically. Like, that was her mission, and so off go Spider-Man and Nostromo. And Spider-Man spells out his whole entire plan of how he intends to get to the place where the space god crashed, and the Celestial crashed, and try to stop the Black Cabal from getting there first, right? And so he's explaining his whole plan, which is basically just that he's gonna get there first. He's like, I'm gonna get there first, and when I get there, like, we'll set up defenses, and then Osborn will have to come there to take it from us, right? and as they arrive, Nostromo says, he goes, that's a real nice scheme, Spider-Man. Good thoughts about saving paradise, but I hope you brought a lot of web, because Osborn's crew is already here, and they brought all the Sentinels. And there's a panel on the back here with a bunch of green Sentinels all in that Eden Garden looking place. Yeah. So, what did I think? Okay, to start, I'm gonna start with the art. The art in this issue is, I love the art in this issue. Honestly, I really do. These two are hitting their stride on this. Honestly, it's a simple, clean look that they have their characters in a lot of these Spider-Man poses, which are you know what I mean, almost something that a human couldn't do, but just something that a human could do, right? And that's hard to draw because he's all over the place in these poses, and it's just, yeah, it's this simplistic. You can see what's going on, you can tell what's going on. I love the colors. There's a lot of really bright paneling that as you turn from page to page, you're just I was in awe with this book. Honestly, I totally loved it. Okay, the writing on Orlando. I like it. Like, and this issue was better. I would say, I want to say this is the best issue out of all of them, honestly. And not just because we find out that Black Widow 2099 is Natasha Romanoff's, protege's sister. That's not, that's not why I think, it's cool. Though that is cool. That's really cool. I, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was more Spider-Man in it. There was more Miguel O'Hara throughout the issue. He was coming in. He was saving Nostromo. He had his own quips. He was part of the battle. It wasn't all just like, the origin story of X character 2099, which is fine because I love 2099, but also with this being a limited mini series, and I didn't see that they were gonna. Maybe they are. I haven't seen yet that they have a new ongoing title planned. I definitely was hoping for some, a bunch of Miguel from this, and hasn't been a lot of that. So that's why I kind of like the story on this one better, because we were able to kind of not even give origin story for Black Widow 2099. Actually, just first full appearance of the character, and kind of leave you with teasers as to question. I've got questions now. Who is she? Mainly. um, and you know what I'm saying. And she's got. I really liked. It's a new character, obviously. So, a couple of what I thought about the character, I guess. Super cool look. I love she's got, guns, and that she uses this whip kind of a la Wonder Woman in a way, but it's technically powered, if you know what I'm saying, like in the future. So it's a technic, yeah, it's a future techno organic whip, and it's pretty cool. And she's pretty cool because she's also, she's just acrobatic and ninja with her cool outfit, and so that makes me want to know more about her. And yeah, so what do I say? I got more Spider-Man in this issue. I got some Miguel quipping. Spider-Man saved the day and saved Nostromo from Hawkeye. Although, and hey, this is Miguel's kind of MO here. Miguel's a bit more vicious and always has been than Peter Parker. If you read some of the original storylines, like Vulture 2099 killed him. You know what I'm saying? You could go down the list. He kills 3 or 4 people within the first 4 issues of the no, it's not up in, but yeah, he kills them, and yeah, he kills people. So not like he's not a Punisher type person, but if you're a bad person, then and you accidentally sort of fall to your death, like, you know, he's not mad about it. He's not crying. He's not crying that he didn't save you or whatever. So that's Miguel. He kind of watched her take Hawkeye out, and then she took off. And because I think too, there's such a bigger, looming threat on the horizon that he's so much more worried about, that's just kind of like, Black Widow took out a bad guy. I gotta go stop the Black Cabal from, harvesting whatever celestial god fell to Earth, and harvesting their technology or whatever, and becoming all kinds of powerful. And so, but yeah, and then yeah, we show up at the end, and there they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh-oh, he's too late, And so the next issue is the last issue of the mini, number 5, and then there's the Omega as well. So there's 2 more issues after this one, and yeah, we'll see. I kind of feel like the way this one went, that 5 might be the wrap up, and Omega might be the, like, if there is going to be a laying groundwork for the future. I don't know. Anyways, guys, that's what I have. Spider-Man Exodus number 4 gets a thumbs up. Remember, guys, like, comment, and subscribe for your chance to win the Symbiote Spider-Man number 1 Symbiotes variant, store exclusive. And hey, if you guys want to come check me out, I'm usually hanging out on IG Live, doing sales, and talking about comics. And yeah, I would love if you join me. Check me out. My IG is below, and I'd love a follow. Also, yeah, if you want to help the channel out, click the link below that says eBay and shop on my eBay store, and I'll send you some comic books. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow, and have a great day.